Welcome back to another episode of the Hussla Squad podcast. This episode is an absolute pisser because it's an interview with an 18-year-old Platinum Squad hustler who is also a yearly VIP system follower. Now, this phone call would normally have been organised at the start of the year as per the VIP package, but it took this guy 5 months to organise the call. He speaks about how he's made 11k in his first 6 months. He speaks about how he has a 50k goal in the next 12 months. He tells us about his mates who don't believe or respect what he's doing every Saturday. And he also tells us what his journey's been like over the last kind of 6 months being a system follower as well as a Platinum Squad member. We absolutely loved filming it, and we hope that plenty of you can get inspired by this relatable situation. Enjoy.
Wait, what?
Did anyone teach you what midday was at school or what?
Me. Oh, well, I thought midday was like 12 to like 2-ish. I don't know.
What's midnight? Is midnight the same? Same principle, or is that 12 midnight?
Midnight's 12, but I don't know. Oh, well.
He's the greatest man on earth, the greatest sub on earth.
Exactly. How are we, lads?
Good, mate. How are
Good,
you?
mate.
Very good. We're tired of waiting for you.
How's your weekend in Melbourne with the missus?
Yeah, well, actually good. Sick as.
What did you do?
Heaps of shopping, good food,
Shopping.
chilled. Yeah, like, well, you're with the missus, so you got to get around the shops and shit, so.
Where'd you go, Chatston or something?
No, just like, what is it, Burke Street. Just like all them, like Maya and that shit.
Well, you're not from Melbourne?
No, I'm from.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no.
You back now, yeah?
Yeah, I went home.
All right, well, let's get stuck in because Steve's got a call in 20 minutes. So we'll ask you a few questions, and then if you've got anything you want help with, shoot them through. But we basically asked standing questions to basically everyone that we've done this with. So we'll start the same ones with you, and then just check back in, at the end of the year and see if the answers are any different, or kind of compare notes, I guess.
Right.
So starting off, when did you first join, and how did you find us? How did you come across us?
Good question. I think I saw you in some group chat somewhere. I think it was Facebook. And then
Was it like sporting multi or blokes and their bed subs or something?
I don't know. I just like saw. No, wait. Maybe it was TikTok.
Yeah, okay.
And then I went to Insta and saw, because you used to do them videos of like, you know how you'd like do like the daily summaries or weekly, and you'd
All
like
the horses.
talk about them, and then you'd see all the horses running and like bang unit. So I was like, yeah, right, this looks all right. So I like tried to. I think I messaged someone that was in Hussla, and he was like, yeah, Hustla's good, but have you heard of Trumpy? And I'm like, yeah, I was watching a video the other day, and then I was like, got in all the live streamers and that, won the free month, and got off stuff.
Yeah, did you win the 3 months when you were 17 and then you had to wait for your... Was that you?
Yeah,
it was, yeah. Yeah, I thought so, yeah. Yeah, huge. Got a little birthday gift.
I did. Huge birthday gift.
I know you were 17, but you weren't punting at the time, were you?
No, I wasn't punting.
Yeah,
I was just like into it because all my mates were 18 then, so I was like,
Yeah, fair. What unit size did you start on when you came across?
$15, I think.
And what are you at
15
now?
50. I've been at
And
50 for a while.
And how long have you been following for, you reckon?
Since September last year, so pretty much since, yeah.
How much have you made so far? Just for Trumpy, if you've
Trumpy,
separated it.
Oh, no, I haven't separated it. I've just got it all together.
Well, how much have you made in total then?
Since then, like 11K, 10K,
Nice.
something like that. Pretty good.
Sick. And is that increasing more now that you're on the $50 units?
Yeah, heaps. Like,
Yeah.
especially this Saturday, that was an absolute fill up.
Yeah, you would have got like 900 or
That
something.
was crazy.
Yeah.
What have you been doing for your defense stuff? Obviously, you're platinum. So,
Yeah,
like, did you have to do a fair bit of it after? Because starting at 15, it's probably not as big of a thing as it is, obviously, when you're going to 50 and maxing the promo. So, what have you kind of done differently, or what have you learnt since? How have you gone? Have you had many accounts banned, or any accounts banned?
I had Bet Deluxe ban, but that's it.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
But yeah, so yeah, I've been mugging, especially now lately, because it's like there's like the 3 tracks. I'm kind of like trying to mug as much as I can, and during the week, like I've got some, because before I joined yous, well, like when I first started joining yous, I had some, like one of my mates was real into MLB, so I was kind of like dabbling into that. So and there's good mugs there as well, so I can kind of
heaps of
do that. Yeah, and then EPL's good. I'm pretty much mugging whenever I can, unless it's like a 2 a.m. game. I don't mug on them, but like the 11 o'clock is.
When you say mugging, I hope you're hedging. Is that
hedging. Yeah, hedging.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
non-promo stuff.
I thought you meant you were just punting, and I was like,
no. Like I'm hedging all the time.
Yeah,
and I'm
perfect.
trying to take I'm pretty strict with it, but I try to like not take a big like loss. You know what I mean? Like per 50, maybe like $1 or $2.
Yeah.
How much do you reckon you've lost from mugging? So you said you made like 10, 11 grand. How much do you reckon you've thought out to give back with your hedge bets and stuff?
Well,
I'd
say I'm 2
if you
to
don't
1.
track it.
Yeah, I don't track it separately, but I'm probably 2 to 1 race, like 2 mugs, 1 non-mug, and I'm probably losing like $2 every $50 mug. So
yeah, that's huge.
Well, to get to what are you now, May? We're close to what 7 months in, and you've lost 1 out of probably how many accounts? Like 20.
Yeah, heaps. Yeah.
That's unreal.
You've got the
clearly
full
showing
suite
that
of accounts.
Something works.
You've got all the accounts.
Yeah, I've got them all. Oh well, I used my Mrs. Sportsbet for a bit, but I've just like stopped doing that for a little bit because I was just hitting promos hard. So I've just given it a rest, let her punt on it because she just $5 on this, and I'm like, here we go.
No, that's good. At least you haven't got a band. Like that's nice to know that you've gone from, that's encouraging to know that you've gone from 15 to 50 and only had bet, which bet a lot you can wake up on the wrong side of the bet and get banned. Like you don't. Even
not even my points bet's banned. So like I feel like like I've had mates that like don't even know like anything about like just promo, like just using promos, and they're all banned. So
yeah.
Clearly,
the fact that you've started your accounts.
Right.
It started the accounts from nothing as well. Like, it's not like you had a year or two of history. Like, people who join up at like 20, 21, 22, they've got a few years, and so that puts them in a massive advantage. But you've been able to sort that, no drama. So that's really encouraging to you.
We'll claim that one at Hussla.
Yeah, you can have that one. What kind of setup do you have for Saturday's racing? Obviously, the tips come in pretty hard and fast. We have spoken to some newbies recently that have found it not difficult, but they're a bit shocked at how quickly the tips come in. Especially Saturday. How have you found it from the start to now, and what do you do differently? Like, what would you tell someone that's just started how to follow?
I kind of just like scratch my Saturdays and just like my Saturdays are literally just doing this. So I've got my phone. I have the tips up on my phone, and then I've got 2 monitors here.
Yeah. Okay.
So Betfair's on one, bookies on one.
Yeah.
And then I've got the tips on the phone, and I've just got all the tabs open.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. So that's efficient.
Did you have those monitors before you start? Sorry.
No, I only had the one, but I got a second one.
Got a second, yeah, nice.
No brainer if you're going to do it properly. And I'm assuming you're just like when you get bonuses throughout the day, you're just turning them over using Betfair, like
as I go,
apps. So on a Saturday, for example, when we make 19 units on a Saturday, you've actually finished your 19 units by Saturday 3 p.m. because you've turned your bonuses over.
Yeah, it's all my bonuses are
all done. Yeah, that's perfect. That's preach more of the efficiency of using Betfair and doing it that way.
Yeah.
Are you studying or like what's the go?
I finished college last year and I'm just working this year because I don't really know what I want to do. So.
Nice. So this is just a bit of extra side sort of income for you.
Side. It's good though. Can't
complain. Mint.
Absolutely.
Your
mates on? I remember a few of your mates jumped on one of our lives like
a
few months ago. Did any of them actually follow or what?
Yeah, one of them follows. Blair follows, but Seb joined the Navy, but he's still 17. So like, because he's like our age, but like he's from a different state. So now they're like, if you're certain brackets with ages, but yeah. So Blair's in it. But he doesn't really do it seriously. He's just like, I don't know.
It's probably not. The follow-up question to that is like, have you learnt much following our service? But the only difference is like you were never punting before, but is it obviously you said you some of your mates were already punting?
I reckon he was punting before. I'm going to call him out.
I was a little bit, but I wasn't like it wasn't a lot of money. It was like $10. I'm like, especially
but you would have been punting.
The what's the name? The AFL. Like I was kind of using. Because there's like a website called like Check the Punt, and it like gives you all these stats for AFL players. So I was kind of doing like a few like Hail Mary, like $5 multis before I went to work, and then come home and see if I've won. But
But even then, it wasn't like fully blind gambling. You're still looking at stats and trying to like work something.
Yeah. I've always been like, not going blindly in it, because the amount of people that do that and just lose, like, it's just funny going, like, trying to tell people like you can make money, and then they're just like, no, you can't.
Yeah. What is the general reaction to that? Because obviously we know the reaction to that. You just have to scroll.
Yeah, they just all reckon you can't.
So what do they think you're actually doing on a Saturday? Like, genuinely.
I tell them that I'm just doing Trumpy, and they're like, oh, you can just do that on your phone, like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you don't understand.
Yeah, what's
like you can be out with them and
be out with them and do stuff.
Yeah, fair. Fair. Have there been days where you don't watch the races? Like you have been out on your phone?
A few, yeah. I've been in, which is like a shack I have down near the beach with like my whole family, and I've just like got timers on my phone, and I just use my laptop, which is it's a bit harder for turning over bonuses with Betfair, but I can still get it done.
Yeah.
And I just don't watch the races, except my dad, and like I'm into racing. My dad's into racing, so
so they're on the TV anyway.
What does your dad and your family think about it? Do they think it's legit, or they?
Yeah, they think it's legit. Mum's like, oh, you're gonna get the cops called. Like, it's so. And I'm like, no, you don't understand how much money they rob. Like, I'm like a 1%er.
Less than that.
Yeah, less.
Much less.
Yeah.
But no, that's good. I love that. That's a typical mum reaction for sure.
Yeah.
What's the plan for 2022? Like at the end of the year, approximately, like what kind of profit goal are we looking at? Are you looking to go bigger than $50 units, or are you just happy with where you're at the moment?
I am looking to go big up, but I kind of want to. I don't know. I just feel like I want to, like, at the minute, I'm just like some weekends using some bookies, some the other. Because but I feel like if I go above 50, First question is, I don't really know how much to increase, because like I've got enough bankroll to do like $100 units, but like I just don't know how quick to jump up. And then like from 50 to like 60 or 50 to 70, and then like I just have to do a lot more bookies.
It does get a little more complex. Obviously, you're going to need more accounts. Obviously, we won't discuss exactly how that happens, but I'm sure you know what we're talking about in terms of that. So if you're going to go down that path, that's kind of where the big money can come in. There's a guy in Platinum who makes $15K a week with 18 sets of accounts. So that's possible to be done. But obviously, like, fucking, this guy's running an operation with 4 employees and he's paying them all. So, like, obviously, you don't want to go down that serious, but it's easy to go to 100. I'd say probably if you're going to increase, maybe Steve will tell you maybe how to do that in terms of the volatility around it, but I think it doesn't matter that much.
The only recommendation I'd say is go to 60, because 60s are good if like we never have put 3 units on a horse before. It could happen, but the max generally we're ever going to put on a horse is 2.5. So that's a 99.9% of the time, and 2.5 times 60 is 150. So that's only 3 promos that you've got to hit. Then if you go above 60 for 2.5 units, then you're looking at greater than 150. So you're going to be having to use 4 sort of accounts. Anything above that. So if you only were looking for a small step, then 60 is a pretty sort of safe small step in that sense. I know he was using 60 at one point. And for units, when it was just a 1 unit play, he was sometimes he was just putting 60 on the one account and using $10 as a mug bet sort of thing on top of it. Sometimes he was splitting it as 40-20, 30-30, 50-10, that sort of stuff.
It's a pretty good number to across 2 accounts. Like, it's very easy to track, a 20 and a 40 or a 30 and a 30, or like for example, if you go to like 75, it's a little bit different. 40, 50, 40 and 35. But apart from that, like, they're probably your only 2 options. So 60, 30.
Eventually, like, it's no matter what you go above 50, it's going to be more organisation, more planning. But it sounds like you're pretty sort of organised with the way you do things, so I don't think it'll be a problem for you.
Yeah, reality is, though, like, you might get a week where you jump up to, let's say you went to 75, let's just say for argument's sake, and we have a shitty week. You're going to cop it in the short term, but when we have that bigger week, like the weekend, you're going to cash in. So it all comes out in the wash. As
exactly. Like, it's like everyone's like, complaining in the chat, like, these 3 unit tips, like, got to stop these. Like, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
When we win, we win so much.
Steve's put the data together. Like, we don't just make shit up. Like, he's gone and like trialed it and gone.
But it also gives us, like, with those 3 units, it does give us the flexibility to be a lot more conservative on Wednesdays. Especially because like
Yeah.
Wednesdays are definitely going to be like the ban days, right? Like we don't want to be using the bookies too hard midweek promos because the volume in the market's so much smaller. So being able to increase our unit outlays on Saturdays, you know, within reason, does give us an ability to either skip Wednesdays or go way more conservative, which I reckon's definitely helped with, you know, all these people that we speak to, nobody's leaving because their accounts are getting banned. They're just, you know, they've either got Saturday sport or, you know, had enough of the punt for a bit. But yeah, I think the sustainability stuff that we're doing, not only that like you guys are teaching in Hussla JP, but like the way that we basically make it impossible for them to breach sustainability rules, really. Like we set in like a pretty good foundation framework, and then if they use what we teach using the way that we bet, then they're probably going to
I think even though like we put these things in place, sometimes we think it might not work. Obviously, if you go above 25, it does start to get tricky. But I think spot on. Like the more people we speak to, like we hear one or two get banned, maybe like the common ones that we see get banned. But reality is, a lot of people they're not getting banned, and this is kind of like you see people on TikTok. Oh, you just do this, you get banned straight away. Anyone who's winning, they get banned. Any winning punter, everyone just thinks they get their promos taken off.
Yeah, they don't believe it.
Yeah, if you're smart enough, it's not that hard to sustain your accounts.
No, it's not.
But the thing is, like, the misconception is you don't actually have to be a winning punter to lose your promos. As like Max was saying, his mates have all lost their promos. I guarantee they're not making money. Like,
they're not.
Yeah.
It's just if you abuse the promos or do a few things wrong, you get gone.
I'm going to do a video about this.
Yeah, they would have been hammering elite odds. I would suggest. Like,
they would. They were just like, you know, like Buddy Franklin to kick a goal $3 instead of $1.15.
Yeah,
like,
that's stupid. You should never bet on those markets.
Those Dangerwood markets, it was like Dangerfield and Starwood to get 40 combined possessions or something, and they'd combine their faces together.
Brisbane versus West Coast. Points where had Brisbane at $3 or something.
Yeah.
Like, you're just dumb.
I'm convinced they just do that to ban people. Like,
I reckon they do.
People.
Well, the reality is
that and get people in.
On the call.
Yeah.
Sorry?
That and get people in. Like, come and join us, sign up with us, we'll give you $3 for Brisbane sort of thing.
And you're either going to be a losing punter who wants just a quick $40, because obviously Brisbane's most likely going to beat West Coast. I mean, if you're a match bettor, you should just hedge that anyway and make 35 and have no risk.
Yeah.
But,
if you're a coward.
But, there's just no upside for it. Like, what are you going to make $35? What'd you say?
Said if you're a coward.
Coward.
Yeah, if you're a coward, what do they say?
We're making a living off teaching people to do that. You just
fucking
keep that
people in like at the footy club. They'll be like they'll be in the punters club, and there'll be one leg left, and someone will be like hedge, and then they'll say something like, "There's no hedging here, mate. Go to the gardener. Go get in the gardener for hedging. You stupid." Like, you're guaranteeing profit. You always hedge.
Yeah,
100%.
Do you have any questions for us? Anything anything that's happening in your world of match betting?
Not really. I'm pretty much like, I've got a good setup on. Well, I mean, all my accounts are still there. I'm loving it.
Really quickly, what was the biggest change that you made after joining Platinum?
Defense. Like, before, my defense was like a lot of like just the two-way calculator, like bet on one team, bet on the other, which is good because you can get like two mugs in. But like I still do that sometimes if I can do it. Yeah.
And how did you find learning Betfair?
Oh, I just literally sat on the Betfair video, watched it like 10 times, took notes, and then I was fine with it.
Yeah, nice.
And did you make any mistakes early days or no?
Yeah, I laid first once and lost like 100, but it was only like a $6. Like, I started off turning my bonuses over on like the $6 range, like just like 6 and 680 or something like that. So if something did go wrong, I wouldn't lose like $700.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, okay.
Nice. We had someone in the chat the other week trying to do Betfair on their own. They lost 800 on one race, and it's like, bro, you need to do it on your own. Like, you need to learn properly, otherwise you can get blown up very quickly.
What are you turning your bonuses over now? What odds range are you looking for?
Pretty much anything tight, but I usually go like over.
Yeah. No, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Plus, and if you've got $1 difference of plus, you're always going to get like 85% turnover in the
box. I'm averaging like 80.
Yeah.
I'm deleting this from the podcast because I'm not sure insights into what odds we're hitting. But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. They just asked me. That's good.
Yeah.
What's you reckon you're hitting 80? Do you track them or no? You just know you made 11K?
Yeah, I track them. I track well, since I've started tracking since March 20th, and I'm up like 6K since then.
And is that when you started 50s?
Yeah, that's when I started 50s.
So that's 2K, 6K in 2 months.
Yeah.
So that's pretty nice. Yeah. Are you doing anything else or are you just doing Trumpy?
I'm doing Trumpy and a few like sports promos. I do sometimes, just like when I'm with my older brother, I get on like the AFL 3-leg thing with the check the punt.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. For a little bit, I did like TAB had that. It's now 4 legs, but it was 3 legs.
Yeah.
But
it's quite profitable if you know how to do it.
Yeah. And I was doing that, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they've taken away like the early payout promos for singles on AFL and NRL, which is annoying now. But maybe we'll see them back. Who knows? But yeah, obviously.
Bluebet had them for a bit, didn't they?
Yeah, there's a few that are having them. Have you tried some of the smaller agencies, like all those fucking ones that people talk about in the chat, or not yet?
I haven't used TextBet. I've only used TextBet for Trumpy. I don't know what they do for sport. I know who is it? I use one. I think CrossBet maybe. Or something like that, do halftime payout if you're leading, but so do Bluebet. So, I mean, I've looked into it, but I haven't really started getting on them because.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if you.
So what did you say you want to earn this year?
At the start of the year it was like 40K, but I'm thinking like 50 now.
Do you want to make 50K this year? Is that another 50 from now or 11?
No.
Make another 39?
40K from now. Yeah.
As an 18-year-old.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of upping my units. I'm gonna do that. Just because like I can get the accounts to do that, and then.
Do you work full time as well?
Nah, only like casual. But I have like seasonal work at a vineyard and then just a cafe.
Yeah, okay, nice.
Yeah, nice. What have you like? Even though obviously you weren't a big like gambler before this. Have you seen any kind of other changes in your decision making when it comes to other decisions in your life, whether it be investing? I know you're still young, you're probably not into investing just yet, but have you noticed any changes in the way you think or, I don't know, the way you approach things with now being in this and seeing money being made emotionally?
To be honest, I do. Like, I guess I've come straight into it, so I hadn't really had much like past experience, but yeah, I have. It's kind of just like, it's hard to explain, but it's kind of like if you get it, you get it. Like, I don't really know how to put it into words, but
yeah. And what do your mates do? Like, are they punting every week and losing, or they're not really like punting? Like,
one of my mates is the one that's still 17. He punts all the time on his mum's account, and it's just shocking. Like he always loses, and I'm like telling him like stop. But like he just doesn't listen. One of my other mates, he's in Trumpy, but he still punts. Like they none of them take it like full seriously.
Yeah.
But like I try to tell them if they do, like the amount of money you can make. Like look at my spreadsheet. Like I wouldn't lie about that. Just
people actually see that. Like I understand people doubting, you know, if they listen to Steve or myself or JP because they don't know us and you know they think we're trying to sell them something and just trying to make money off them. Which I understand to an extent, but it's baffling that like one of your best mates can open up his spreadsheet and he does it every Saturday and he's turning down drinking beers with the lads on Saturday because he's like, mate, I'm going to do this for 4 hours and make, you know, I'm going to make $900 on Saturday and then I'll come drink beers with you, and they still don't believe it. Like to me, that makes no sense. Like,
I don't know. It baffles me. It baffles everyone.
It's one of those things, though. I think you really have to sort of go, you got to put all your eggs in one basket with it. You can't sort of do it half-assed. I've got a mate that sort of follows this. And he knows it works. He knows Trumpy wins. He knows he's going to profit by following Trumpy, but then he still just goes off and does his other shit. It's like, and it just completely counteracts all the good that comes out of it.
Especially if we have a losing day, he's like, "Oh, you've lost, blah blah blah," while I'm just sitting. I'm like, "Oh,
That's a gambler mindset. Unfortunately, it's very hard for us to understand that because. Look at the graph, man. It's 545 units up. Like you'd be up even more if, like, obviously higher units. Like on the weekend, what do you make? Like 20 units or something, probably.
20. Because I accidentally did 2 units. No, I did 2.5 on, not 2. Wait, what did you tip? No, I did 3 on that $4
Yeah.
one. Dance.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Dance to Dubai, yeah.
Yeah, that one. I did 3 units on that, not
Yeah.
5.
Um,
But yeah, 21 units, 22 units, something like that.
Yeah, nice. But the reality is, it's winning in the long term, and when you're gonna have losing days, losing weeks. Like you've been a part of it now for however long. You've seen losing weeks. We had our worst losing week about
for the worst
8
week
weeks
ever.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 weeks ago, and we had a huge influx before that week because we had a big day before that, and it was just annoying because that's happened so many times. We get a massive influx, and then we have a shit week, and it's like fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
But, like,
timing, but
even when we have a losing week, like it's just like if I look at how much I've made overall
yeah, correct.
compared to how much that losing week.
More blip.
Yeah, like it's like
Spot
the
on.
biggest losing week, and I look at my graph and it's just like tiny little hit. Like
Yeah. I remember the first like big losing day I had. It sucked. It still hurts, but like you get over it. It was like 1,500, $2,000 gone in one day, and I was like, fuck, I didn't need to punt it. Like had I just not followed the system today, it would have been the equivalent of making 1,500. But after like a couple of hours, you're like, all right, I've also made a shit ton in the
Yeah.
2 years before this. So it's like it's just like a normal roller coaster. It's a normal investment.
But for you, that 1,500 is only like would have been like I think I remember that day. It was a Ballarat Cup day or something.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And it was like it would have been like 10 units for us. And I remember there was like 16 or 17 in a row that didn't win or something.
No, that was a different day. That was
different day.
that was a day where I had $33.50 tips or $33.50 instances that didn't win. But it still, but like a lot of them came bonus back. But yeah, that was a separate day. Yeah.
I think I remember that actually. Yeah, but we used to sit there and make like 5K in a day in 5 hours, and like $1,500 blip is nothing compared to when those 5K is compound. So yeah.
I got to jump, lads. I'm running a bit late.
Unless has any other questions, we can probably.
Do you have any advice for anyone else to tell them to like wake up or fucking gamblers in Australia or what?
Literally wake up. That's my only advice. Just wake up. Like just get in. Just at least give it a try. At least just try it, and just don't like half-ass it. Just dedicate one Saturday. I don't know if you have a PC or whatever. Sit at it and just give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any advice for us? Anything we can do better? Anything you'd like to see better from the system or Hussla?
Release the defense video.
It's busted on every live. The start of every live.
It'll be done by tomorrow night.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, like not really. You do it like everyone's making profit. You're doing customer services now heaps up, even though you've got heaps more people coming in. I think you're doing good.
Beautiful.
Cheers.
Right,
Thanks for jumping
Thanks,
on.
mate. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
At least you learned something today that midday is 12 p.m.
Learn something new every day.
Just make sure you stay on until the end up the top. It should say uploading. Can you see that?
Yeah.
What's yours up?
99.
Yeah, cool. Once you leave studio, just leave your laptop open until it says 100, and then you can close the app.
Yeah, we'll do.
All right, too easy. All right,
Thanks, mate.
go on, boss.
Cheers.
Hey, boys.